Hi everyone from frosty, snowy New York. So the New Hampshire primary results have just come in and they're kind of like a complete reverse of the Iowa results. And seeing this change and thinking about the 48 states left to come got me thinking about this scientific phenomena nicknamed the Bradbury Effect. So the Bradbury Effect is named after Steve Bradbury, who's an Australian speed skater. Now, given that speed skating looks like this and Australia looks like this, you can imagine that Steve Bradbury as an Australian speed skater wasn't exactly the Michael Jordan of his field. Now, when the time came for the 2002 Winter Olympics, Steve Bradbury was one of the most experienced in his field, but he was also one of the oldest. He hadn't won a major competition in 8 years, and his country, Australia, hadn't won a single gold medal in any Winter Olympic event ever. To make matters worse, in speed skating, all 4 finals fall on the same night, so poor old Steve Bradbury, to win a medal, would have to make it through 4 final races back to back. By a series of miracles and because of one of the other championship skaters being disqualified, Bradbury made it through to the final round. But predictably, as soon as the starting gun went off, Bradbury fell into last place, and with half a lap left to go of the race, he was 50 feet behind the pack. Nobody thought he could win. And then this happened. Yep, Steve Bradbury won the event and the gold medal, the first gold medal for Australia in any Winter Olympics. Afterwards, the phenomena of winning against faster or flashier or stronger candidates became known as doing a Bradbury. But Steve Bradbury didn't just win because his competitors collapsed. He won because when the opportunity presented itself, he was prepared and he was ready to take that opportunity. Aesop's fables call this by another name, the tortoise and the hare. It could also be called plodding diligence, a refusal to give up despite overwhelming odds. We see the Bradbury effect everywhere in nature as well. In cell division, fast-growing cells suffer the highest rate of transcription error and are the most likely to turn into cancer. In evolution, we see change over enormous timescales, millions of individual creatures seizing their moment when the environment changes to create these whole new species. The journal Science published a study called Slow Evolvers Win in the End, which showed that fast-evolving bacteria are almost always wiped out by their stronger but slower colleagues. Even science itself is a fairly slow-moving field. Everything in science has to be done slowly and carefully, and it can take generations and decades before an individual discovery can be turned into usable technology. Science is also full of examples of things that can go wrong when we try and do things too quickly. The thalidomide crisis, climate change, DDT, these were all examples of what went wrong when we rushed the scientific process. I was just thinking about all of this in the context of the primary race, in a contest that seems to be fairly tumultuous and rewarding the outlandish. I wonder if this presidential race is going to turn out to be anything like Steve Bradbury's 2002 final, where the overconfident fall down before the finish line, and those who've been slow and steady, building up a community and a support base, will end up winning in the end. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Hi everyone, I'm Jade Lovell, resident science nerd on the Young Turks Network. You're watching SciQ, and we know you don't want to miss an episode, so please click the subscribe button down below.